Good morning, my dears. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. Yeah, we too fine. So today we are going to discuss history third lesson Delhi Sultanate, particularly map. We are going to be discuss. Okay, particularly map session we are going to be discuss. So before moving, just small recap what we studied in last class. Okay. So last two class, the same lesson only we discussed part 1 and part 2. So what are the things we discussed? That small recap up to 10 minutes. Then we will discuss about map, right? So Delhi Sultans. So in this lesson we are discuss about various kings, particularly Muslim kings. Those are ruled in our country. The time of from 13th century onwards, right? Sorry, 12th century onwards. Okay, so before that Muslim rulers comes to our country, particularly North India was ruled by, see this Delhi Sultanate entire lesson fully we discuss about North India, very less part only ruled in South India, very less part only ruled by these kings, right? Okay, so in North India, particularly Delhi surrounding area, before the enter of Muslim kings was ruled by Rajputs. Okay, so the people, the Hindu kings, those were ruled separately, particularly North India and Northwest India, they were called as Rajput rulers. Okay, so Rajput, they are ruled at the time of 1130 to 1192. Okay, I hope you all remember the year of 1192, the war happened between Prithviraj Chauhan and Muhammad Ghori in the place of Thrain. So in that war, Muhammad Ghori was born and Prithviraj Chauhan was lost that war. So that is the main reason that Muslim kings, they started to rule India. Okay, so after 1192, the king Muhammad Ghori, he was the ruler of Afghan. So he started to rule India, but he is not continuously ruling India. So around 92 he was born, up to 12 to 14 years he was ruled. Because of our weather condition is not suitable for him, that's why he returned back to his country. So while returning to his country, he gave the ruling power to Qutbuddin Aibak. He was a slave. Okay, so he was a slave. So Qutbuddin Aibak, he started to rule the year of 1206. Okay, 1206, Qutbuddin Aibak started ruling. So he was slave. That's why this ruling dynasty, this period is called as slave dynasty. Okay, slave dynastics. Why slave dynastics? It was called means. See, Qutbuddin Aibak was ruled only 4 years. After Qutbuddin Aibak, his son-in-law Iltutmish, okay, Muhammad Iltutmish, Samsuddin Iltutmish was ruled. Okay, after Samsuddin Iltutmish's daughter Rashia Begum, she ruled, and then after Rashia Begum, a very long gap, then Ziauddin Balban ruled. Okay, so out of these 4 kings, except Rashia Begum, Qutbuddin Aibak, Samsuddin Iltutmish and Ziauddin Balban, these 3 kings were slaves. Okay, so they are working as a slave for various people, and then they get a good name from the king. That's why they are promoted as a king. Okay, so that's why this dynastics were called as slave dynastics. That too I explained, and how they gave importance in those days, particularly women, that too we discussed. Okay, so after that we discuss about Khilji dynastic. Okay, so Khilji dynastic, 2 kings they ruled. One is Jalaluddin Khilji and then Alauddin Khilji. Okay, Jalaluddin Khilji and Alauddin Khilji ruled. So in this Khilji dynastics, Alauddin Khilji was a very successful administrator. Okay, he was very powerful ruler in those days. He was very good warrior. He expanded his ruling area up to northwest of India, particularly present day Pakistan, and here west direction up to Bengal he expanded. In south direction Karnataka he explained. Okay, a vast land was ruled by Alauddin Khilji. Okay, so his administration method was prized by many historians, right? So after that we discuss about Tughlaq dynastics. So three kings in Tughlaq dynastics, three kings were ruled. One is Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Muhammad Tughlaq, and then Feroz Shah Tughlaq. So in our lesson we discuss about Muhammad Tughlaq's administration. His administration, he was he was studied person. He studied lot of things. He introduced many schemes, many methods in our country, particularly in the field of administration. But this administration methods was very big failure. That too we discussed earlier, right? And then after Tughlaq dynasty, so Tughlaq dynastic rule the year of 1322, 1414. Okay, so after end of Tughlaq dynasty, Sai dynastic rule. So Sai dynastic very little period only they ruled. After then Lodi dynastic they ruled. Okay, so after ending of Lodi dynastic, Babur comes to India. That we will discuss in 4th lesson. Okay, so you should know the timeline. Okay, what is the timeline between Rajput rulers means you should know the year. Okay, and then slave dynastics or the early Turkey dynastics, their ruling time also you should know, and each and every king name along their ruling time, that also you should know. Right? So in this lesson we are discussed some important topics. Okay, some important words we discussed. Okay, one is birthright, another is gender discrimination, hinterland, and garrison town. Okay, so let me recall what is this. Okay, so birthright. So in those days, the male child, have the rights to become the king after of his fathers. Okay, so the females are rejected to become a highest position. Okay, that's why they given privileges claimed on account of birth. Okay, the privileges claimed on account of birth, not only to become the king, even for higher position, the birthrights they are seeing. Okay, suppose in lower caste, in that also they are seeing that this discriminations. Okay, and the gender discrimination, this also the same, like, okay, what birthright I be said no. See here birthright, who becomes, suppose one person is working as one of the minister of king's court, his family members alone to become, after his death, his family members only alone to become that position. Okay, so like that position was fixed for that particular family. Okay, so for that position also, in that family, that male child only given important, female child is not given important. That's why they explain gender discrimination, social and biological differences between women and men. Okay, so they are saying very close, they give more important to differentiate male and female, even in all the sector. Whether the girl was very qualified, she is very knowledgeable, but they are not ready to accept. For best example, Russia Begum, when she became the king after his father Samsuddin she is not able to continue for a long time as a ruler. Okay, only 4 years only she was ruled, and because of her ministers, she was assassinated. Okay, assassinated means who was killed by others. Okay. That's why in those days they are not giving more important to female children, right? Then we are going to be discuss hinterland. Okay, so hinterland, so the land, which land supplies goods, okay, supplies food items to the main city, either capital city or cities. So this hinterland only supplies food item. Okay, so and this is very close to that city. Suppose Delhi was the capital of in those days, means nearby villages, they produce the food items and they have to supply that food items to the people of the rulers of Delhi. Okay, so read out that definition. The land adjacent to a city or a port that supplies to with goods and services. Okay, goods and services. Here goods means all the things, food items, cattle, meat, everything, right? So next is garrison town. Okay, garrison town means which land is filled with equipped soldiers. Okay, equipped soldiers means which city has a massive wall and the wall is completely weapon filled is called as garrison town. Okay, a fortified settlement with the soldiers. Fortified means the city has massive wall along with weapons. Okay, that mandi called is fortified. So with the soldiers, that's why it's called as garrison town, right? So these are the important words you have to remember whenever we are asking, right? So with the help of this map, you can able to understand the area which was captured by Samsuddin Iltutmish. Okay, the area which was captured by Samsuddin Iltutmish. So this map is you can refer in your book page number 34. Okay, you can refer in your history page number, book page number 34. Here I mentioned very less places only. In book they mention many cities. So that cities were captured the time of Samsuddin Iltutmish ruling period. Okay. So before moving, you know very well Delhi is present day capital of India. You know very well. Okay. So Delhi. So from Delhi, the time of Muhammad Ghori ruling period, when Muhammad Ghori come to India, that time Delhi was under the control of the ruler of Ajmer. Okay, the ruler of Ajmer only controlled the Delhi area. Okay, the ruler of Ajmer, Prithviraj Chauhan only controlled Delhi in the time of 1192. Okay, so from after that only Delhi comes to Muslim rulers. Okay, so Ajmer is present day Rajasthan. Okay, so the people, the Muslim rulers, they crossed the Indus River. Okay, so when you see that time when we studied about the history of Muslim dynastics or Delhi Sultanates, that time India means the entire Pakistan also comes under India. Okay, so the kings, they are coming from Afghanistan or then Turkey. Okay, so they are crossed. Here we have Indus mountain range. Okay, so suppose this is Pakistan means here we have the one of the mountain range, Indus mountain range. Okay, so they supposed to cross Indus mountain range and again they have to cross Indus river. Then only after long time of journey they have to reach Delhi. Okay, but this happened. Many kings they come, they cross Indus mountain range and they cross Indus river and they comes to India. Okay, so that time Lahore was very, how nowadays Lahore was very famous city. Like that, in those days also Lahore was very important trading center, important place, okay, important city. Same like Gwalior also very important city. Awadh is very important trading center, important city. Even all Delhi Sultan's kings ruling time. Okay, so and Benares. Okay, Benares, Awadh, these are located in Awadh is located present in Bihar. Banaras is located present in West Bengal. Okay, so up to present day Bangladesh and entire Pakistan was ruled by the king Iltutmish. Okay, Samsuddin Iltutmish. Okay. So with the help of this map, you can able to understand that Alauddin Khilji's ruling areas, how he expand periodically from Delhi to up to South India. Okay, up to Tanjore, up to Madurai, he expand his ruling. Okay, already I said Alauddin Khilji was a very good administrator. How Gujarat in the year of 1299. Okay, in the year of 1299 he sent an army to control entire Gujarat. Why? Because Gujarat was very famous for trading in those days. Okay, this is the main sea route of the people who were come to Arabian countries. Okay, so he captured, controlled Gujarat the year of 1299, and then 1301 he controlled Ratanpur. Okay, 1301 he controlled Ratanpur, and then 1303. Okay, 1303 he controlled Chittoor. Okay, Chittoor has a very vast history. While we studying about Akbar, that time we will discuss about Chittoor very brief manner. Okay, the Chittoor fort was very different fort in those days. Okay, so after capturing Chittoor, he captured the place which was in Madhya Pradesh, Madh. Okay, so then he captured Devagiri. Okay, you have to remember Devagiri. So his another name was Daulatabad. When Muhammad bin Tughlaq shifted his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, so that one be called as Devagiri. It is located in present-day Maharashtra. So meanwhile, before capturing this, he sent army to capture Warangal. Warangal means present-day Andhra Pradesh only called as Warangal. Even nowadays also Warangal district we have in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so he captured Warangal, and then from Devagiri to South India, particularly in Karnataka, we have one of the place Dwara Samudra. Okay, Dwara Samudra. So that place was captured in the year of 1310 to 1311. So suppose you refer in your book page number 35 that years suppose in that map mentioned here. So each and every place were captured each and every year. Okay, so that periodical difference he followed very correct manner. Okay, so in the year of 1311 Tanjore was captured by Alauddin Khilji. Okay, so these are the expansion place, and then present day Bangladesh. Okay, present day Bangladesh and West Bengal was called as those days Bengal. So Bengal also his control. Okay, Bengal also his control, and Lahore and Pakistan. So that also his control. So almost entire India was ruled by Alauddin Khilji in his period. He was very successful already, I said, because of his administration. Okay, so just contrast we discuss about Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Already we discussed about Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq also he also ruled the same area, but the time of when he comes to ruling, that time the Kashmir was ruled by a separate king. Okay, even the Alauddin Khilji ruling time also Kashmir was ruled by Hindu king. So that area was that king was often disturbing Delhi Sultanate. Okay, the same like that Mongol people. Mongol means suppose this is Pakistan, present day Pakistan. This is Afghanistan. So top of the Afghanistan, okay, present day Russia, we have Mongolia. Okay, it's from that the people they are coming towards Afghan, and they cross into this mountain, and then they enter through Indus River, and they try to loot Delhi. Okay, so one time that Mongol army was defeated by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, that already we discussed. Okay, so when he was defeated Mongol army, what he think means he created a vast army. Okay, very big army. He enrolled many soldiers in his army, and he plans to capture China. Okay, here China, you know very well. Who planned to capture China means Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay, so whether we want to go to China in those days, we want to cross here. What mountain range we have here? Himalayan mountain range. Okay, Himalaya mountain range we have. So the army people, they have to cross Himalaya mountain not worry about this things and he sent his troops around 1 lakh to 2 lakh soldiers to capture China, who means Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So that was very worst decision taken by him. Okay, so it is not able to reach that class in those days. Okay, even nowadays also we have latest equipments, we have latest transport facilities, but still it is very difficult to cross in this mountain range. But in those days, just imagine, it is not possible. The same like Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he shifted his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. Okay, from Delhi to Daulatabad. So, okay, so this is Delhi and this is Daulatabad. Daulatabad another name is Devagiri. Okay, so he plans to shifted his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. So he asked the people, he forced the people, not asked, he forced his people to come and settle Daulatabad. Okay, so all the people, they have walked more than 1,000 kilometers, so they are by walk, they are coming with their children, with their cattle, their household equipments, household vessels, everything. Okay, but he is not ruled for a long time from Devagiri. Okay, within 2 or 3 years, again he changed. Again he plans to change his capital from Daulatabad to Delhi. Again the people were suffered. Okay, so these things and all already we discussed. So from map, I want to. That's why I explained through the map. Okay, I hope you all are understand. You have worksheet from this lesson. Even map question also you have. Just refer what are the map given in your book, particularly this lesson. Refer all the map. Try to practice the places. Try to understand where this place is located at present. Like that time we can be able to mark the time of examination correctly, exactly. Right? I hope you all are understand. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.